Why was it that they came out to us and they said to us, right, we're going to go back into lockdown and we're going to give you, and the lockdown is going to be 28 days. And then the statement that came up after that was, we're going to give you furlough all the way up until spring. Why did they give two messages?
Because they've got they know something else is going to happen, or they're not expecting this bloody 4-week thing to be 4 weeks. There's something else in it, because how are they going from furlough ends at the end of October to, oh, actually, we can give it to you in December. Oh, wait a minute, we can give it you until March 2021.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
March. See, when they come out with we're going to extend furlough until March 2021. When I heard that, this is what makes me think, listen, you're going to have to let the people out and spend money because you need to fund furlough.
Yo, what's going on, people? Big up yourselves all the time and every time. Welcome back to another episode of Real Fake News RFN with myself, Jago, and today I have got
Renee.
Don't know.
Man like.
And you know what time it is. You know how it is, man. Man like, real talk. Let's do this, peeps.
Jeez. Yes, guys. Boy, a madness has happened. So, this was very unforeseen.
The nightmare is over.
Yeah.
The nightmare is over.
Would you consider Trump losing something that was foreseen? Because I would never have thought that Trump would have lost.
No, I thought he was going to win. I didn't want it to happen, but I really thought like he was going to win, and that was the end of the story.
I'll say I will say it like this, innit? I thought Trump was going to win. I always thought there was a chance Biden could win, but I just thought because of what he's done for certain people in America, which is a big number of them, I thought because of that would make Trump win. You know what I mean? But I was completely and utterly wrong. You know what I mean? Like, Biden's come through, like he's made history. Like,
but what do you think it is, though? What do you think was the changing point?
A number of things. A number of things.
How we handle the virus?
Well, yeah, I don't think that Biden just won. I think Trump lost it anyway. I think it was there for Trump to lose, let alone win. You know what I mean? He had done so much that had pissed people off. You know what I mean? That as someone's already, I think it was you, Renee, that's mentioned it earlier before we started, that it was more of an anti-Trump vote than just a pro-Biden vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
the lesser of the two evils won.
Yes,
as far as we know.
Like, and I do, and well, like as I said, I do know a little bit about the man, and the one thing I can say, it is the lesser of two evils. One of the other reasons I believe Biden made it into office with the most votes ever in the history of the American presidency of electing, is because if you remember correctly, he was part of the Obama thingy. He was vice president to Obama. You know what I mean? Obama done a lot for the country that a lot of people love. Everyone said if they could have Obama back for a third term, and if he was allowed, they would have had him back for a third term. But it's not allowed, really. It's only 2 terms, and then you have to stand down. You know what I mean? So I believe that helped him a lot. You know what I mean? That's helped him a hell of a lot. You know what I mean? So, like, there are certain variables that has helped him become basically the most popular president in history. You know what I mean?
There was a lot of
the amount of votes he got.
Getting behind it. So many celebrities getting behind it.
Yeah, but a lot of celebrities didn't like what Trump was doing. So again, it's like another anti-Trump vote. You know what I mean? Everyone just wanted Trump out of office. Everyone. Yeah. You've had people that's never voted before. Snoop Dogg thought he'd never voted before because he thought as a criminal you can't vote. You know what I mean? And once he found out he could vote, his words were, I'm going to vote because I can't take this punk being in office another year. You know what I mean? So if you listen to that, straight away, it's like an anti-Trump vote. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of other celebrities were like that. So again, I just think where he had that, obviously he had the celebrities on his side. Obviously we found out he had a lot of the people on his side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at first, if you saw obviously the first debate and like before they started campaigning, it looked like an easy Trump victory to me. You know what I mean? Trump was trouncing all over him and he didn't know what to say that much. He was quite quiet. You know what I mean? He didn't really want to have some sort of argument where Trump just went at him. Like in the first debate, it was just the roast of Biden to me. That's what I called it, the roast of Biden. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, he just went at Biden and Biden didn't have much to say. You know what I mean? But if you think about it, Biden just kept that and he used that energy to go and talk to the people, innit? And the people started believing in him. Hence why he got the votes he got.
Yeah.
I'll put another quick question about that. So, considering you said it was the biggest amount of people that voted, would you also think that maybe because of what's going on with the coronavirus, people's eyes have been a lot more on governments and politics, so they're a lot more involved than they ever used to be? So they're more, so there's a much wider spread, or not even a spread, maybe more of a passionate push.
A lot more of the younger people have been voting and getting involved with their votes. So I think maybe if they looked at the percentages, they'll probably see that there's a higher percentage of the younger population voting or that did vote this time.
Yeah, no, fully. That's definitely 100%. Not only that, you got to think as well. Like one of the things he took, which Trump tried to and wanted to have, was the black vote, because the black vote's actually quite a big vote now. You know what I mean? Like it's quite powerful now to have the black vote, and Biden took that hands down. Like he said to Trump, I swear he said to Trump, or he said it in one of his statements, in one of his speeches, that he was going to take back the blue wall. Yeah, and obviously taking back the blue wall's what won him the presidency. You know what I mean? Because they say there's 3 particular states that run alongside each other: Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Yeah, they call that the blue wall. Now, when the last election, Trump took that clean. He took that clean. Once he took that, and he took certain other states, it was all over. You know what I mean? When Biden took that back, it was literally taking back the blue wall, which won him it. Like, because it was once he won Pennsylvania, once he was the projected winner of Pennsylvania, he was the projected winner of the election. You see what I'm saying?
But you know what I did see? I came across like basically a table of, you know, the percentages of people who had voted for Biden and voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know how legit this is, but basically it's saying, you know, black men for Biden was 86%, black women for Biden was 93%, white men was 39%, white women were 46% for Biden, and then obviously for, you know, the other side, black men for Trump 12%, 6% black women for Trump, 59% for white men, and 52% for white women.
See what I'm saying? Over half in both categories when it comes to the white vote. And I'm not saying that's, it's just, to me, you know what I mean? I just think that the things he catered for in office helped a certain amount of people and didn't help others in the country. You know what I mean? Instead of looking out for everyone, he looked out for himself, and that benefited other people like himself, and maybe just a couple classes down, maybe a class down. Other than that, it weren't really helping him.
Remember, this guy's only a businessman, and he wasn't a great businessman at that. And he ended up running the country, so
honest, he might be known as a businessman, bruv. But remember saying, bruv, when he started out in business, bruv, he took out a loan from his dad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
$1 million. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying.
And then not only that, you got to think as well, bruv. I believe he's more known as a reality TV star than a businessman.
100%.
He's America's Alan Sugar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're fired. Like, you know what I mean? That's what he's known for.
So,
they're the memes that are going about at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Definitely. Memes, whatever it is.
He's going to get ripped apart for the next few months, mate.
Of course.
These memes
Back to the tower.
The next few months? I think longer than that.
Okay, years.
Not only that, you've got to remember, so while he was president, there was a lot of shortcomings in it. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking just the coronavirus. I believe there's a lot of other shortcomings, a lot of other stupid things that he did. He's gonna be fucking outed for. There's gonna be certain people like, you know what I mean?
How long was he
like,
in
think
for?
about it like this, the abortion law alone, innit? The abortion law alone, he's gonna get crucified for.
How
Absolutely
long was he in office
crucified
for?
Huh?
How long was he in office for?
4
The full
years.
term wasn't
Full
four. Yeah,
term.
sorry.
4 years.
Full, yeah.
4 years.
Okay.
So but he wanted the second term. Obviously, he didn't want to. He said cleanly that even if he loses, he's not going to leave the White House. You know what I mean? Like, which was hilarious. They show you, the president and the president-elect. You know what I mean? Just like when Trump won the election, yeah, they showed the president at the time, which was Obama, and the president-elect sitting down next to each other. They had to shake hands. You know what I mean? They went into the White House, and afterwards, they both walked out the White House. That was Obama saying, "I'm out." Walked out, bare swag, you know what I mean? Coat over his shoulders. Listen, I tried. I'm out though, yeah? And he left. I wanted to see my man go, listen, get out my house, innit? Get out my house. You're not allowed in here no more. You're barred. Get out. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to see that. He was willing to escort him out.
I saw something saying apparently maybe he's the first guy in the history to not run a second term.
Yeah, no, he's one of three presidents out of the 46 that have actually gone on to go for an election and fight for a second term and lose. Usually the president that's in usually stays for 2 terms, innit? They usually win a second term and then they stand down. And he's one of only 3 that have actually fought. I think it's him, Nixon, and Jimmy Carter. Yeah, them 3, they didn't win a second term. You know what I mean?
So what does that mean? Does that mean they've got an opportunity to run for another term?
I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I think that might mean that's it, but I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. But yeah, like, I know that was something that was mentioned a lot, that he's one of only 3 that's not won a second term as a president. That's what happens when you're a reality TV star, mate.
The one thing that we already know that Joe Biden is moving in the right direction is the vice president, is it?
Yeah, he was the vice Barack Obama. Remember though, like, Biden's not all roses, you know.
Of course.
You know, and I'm not saying, like, remember, he's tried to become president. I think this was his 4th time trying. 3rd or 4th time trying. Yeah. And the first time he got caught cheating. Yeah. And the second time he was caught on camera being very, very racist. Very racist. Whoa. Yeah. Like, I think against certain members of the public, you know what I mean, in their country. You know what I mean? He was saying some outlandish stuff, I know that. And then obviously he couldn't get the first, and then I think he tried one more time, didn't work. He became the vice president with Obama, who's a black man. Yeah, like, and then now he's president. So like, as much as like everyone's seeing the good side of Biden, which he's showing people he has to, remember, with every single president there's always been a shady side, man. You just don't know how shady it's going to be. You got to remember something here. That Great Britain kind of wanted Trump to win because they have a trade deal. Didn't have to go through no Good Friday agreement. You know what I mean? Because Biden is Irish. Biden's got Irish blood in him. And he's saying that if for any trade deal to happen, it's got to be okay with Ireland via that Good Friday agreement, which means Ireland's got to say, okay, it's okay. You know what I mean? Ireland is still part of the EU. So it's got to be on EU regulations, even though England went out. You know what I mean? So it's still all complicated for them, regardless. You know what I mean? Like, Biden's in power now. They're not going to want so much a deal, are they? They're going to have to look for other resources, because I don't believe they want to go through Ireland. They just want to be able to do their deals and done.
Yeah,
because Northern Ireland don't really say much. It's the Republic of Ireland that say something, because they're still how close they are, innit?
Yeah. I mean, one thing for sure, we're not going to be getting as much entertainment from Biden as we did
I
from
don't
Donald
think.
Trump.
No, we won't. No, we won't. We won't.
Be a
But
bit
then
more
at
of
the
a
same
quieter
time,
office.
at the same time, like when they make a mistake, unfortunately for presidents, it's monumental, innit? You know what I mean? Sometimes there's the mistakes are absolutely monumental. It might be monumental to the country they're in right there, they're in America. Sometimes it's detrimental to everywhere. As we saw, Donald Trump had a bunch of monumental F-ups. Bunch of them. The quotes he was pulling out were going global. They were going viral in days. You know what I mean? I am immune. Listen, to cure yourself, inject yourself with disinfectant. Like, you know what I mean? All these stupid things were going viral. You know what I mean? But it kept him in the limelight.
But I think as president, he was protected to a certain degree. You know, with all the stuff that he was putting out. But I think now that obviously he's not going to be president anymore, he's, you know, the repercussions are going to be.
Yeah. See, I want to know, the thing about it is that even though Trump's lost, I want to know what happens now to not just Trump, but what about Jared Kushner, all these people that he put these trust in, and Anthony Fauci, who was part of his task force. I don't think they're going to be part of Biden's. I don't think any of them people there are going to be part of Biden's.
So from when we see his team that he puts into place, because obviously he is going to lose some of these people, innit? Obviously. Once we see that, we know what kind of direction he's going. But realistically, for me, I can already see what they're doing with him. They're going to make him the guy that took everyone out of the coronavirus and that did the right strategies and the right movements. And he's going to be seen as the guy that knows what's going on, more than likely.
Well, we'll see, because there's been such like a mess. You know, when there's such a mess has been made, whoever's coming into place, whatever it may be, whether it's presidency or something else, they've got to fix it. So let's just see if he's able to fix it in his time.
Well, here's the thing. Well, already we can say that the president of New Zealand, that I can't remember the lady's name. Yeah, she's already said she's willing. Now Biden is president, she's willing to work with the US and make trade deals with the US. So we already know that his name alone and him winning alone is starting to make people think, all right, I'll work with this guy. You know what I mean? But we don't know what he wants in return. We don't know what he wants. We don't know what his ideas are. We don't know what kind of policies he's going to want, or don't know what kind of meetings he's going to want with other countries, what kind of deals he's going to want to do with other countries. He still might want something that benefits them and don't benefit us. You know what I mean? Or benefit them and not benefit another country. So we don't know until he starts doing stuff properly, until we start hearing he's doing stuff. There's not much we can say on the matter because we really don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So, madness in the US, and the UK are having issues as well. I mean,
issues? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, we need some Kleenex, man size.
Yeah, trust.
So first of all, obviously we're going to talk about the lockdown. I'm going to jump straight into Liverpool. In fact, not even straight into Liverpool, yeah? I'm going to talk about something else we didn't even discuss, yeah? So, Renee talked about this a few weeks ago as well, about the gyms. So, gyms have been holding their own and saying, listen, we're not going to close. We're here to help human beings, innit? And obviously, police have got involved, and the first incident, the police got involved, they got fined up to a certain amount, and they kept the gym open, I think, didn't they?
I heard something like that. But I heard even the people that were in the gym doing stuff got fined as well.
Yeah, so basically what's happened now is that a lot of these gym owners have done research on something that is known as common law that we should all know anyway. And it's a law that protects the human beings in it from tyranny of the government as well. So they have been basically, once the police approach, they read out this section, which is basically saying that my own human being, rare tear, Like, I'm not in no contract with you, and I'm not consenting, basically, yeah. And basically, the police, even the council and the health council have come down to places. One tattoo shop as well, and they've stood outside and or come in and basically said, this is the case. If you don't close, then you're gonna get fined. And they're basically saying, well, under common law, I haven't consented to a contract with you, so I'm not dealing with a third party, all the rest of it. And basically, these gyms and tattoo places have been staying open.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Some people
I'm
are
not gonna
just
lie though. When
certain.
they're ready though, the police will just shut that. Like when the government's ready, they'll shut that down, mate.
Well, the government maybe, but the police, I don't know, Jay, if you sent the footage or maybe I came across the footage, but 2 police officers came into like a gym, and you know, there was like, oh, you know, are you social distancing? Just asking them just stupid questions, and they didn't do anything. They couldn't do anything, and they was just like, okay, and kind of, you know, that was it really. You know what? They didn't. It looked like they just didn't have any
No power, yeah.
That's mad. I ain't seen that video still.
So realistically, you need to really look at common law. But they basically, what they're saying is this: in common law, a crime needs to have a victim. For the police to come in and do anything to them, there must be a crime suspected, innit? And they have to say what the crime is. So if there's no victim involved with the crime, then the crime doesn't exist. So the police then don't have any jurisdiction to step over the boundary into your rights and your privacy. Basically,
because it's victimless.
Because it's victimless. And there was one the councilwoman who was trying to get a point across, and the guy was saying, listen, a crime is deemed as someone there being a victim in it. And then she was like, there is a victim, the government. I'm like, what, are you mad? So basically, what it is that these enforcers have been sent out to businesses, yeah, to try to close them down, not under any law, innit, but just under guidelines. And that's another thing they kept saying was, listen, it's not legislation, it's a government guideline. Also, Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, Liverpool is under mad quarantine at the moment, certain parts of Liverpool, and they're doing major lockdowns down there. They're doing full lockdowns in Liverpool, aren't they? Yeah.
Like nothing open. Nothing
open.
No one allowed out their house, basically.
So since Thursday, basically, I've been seeing videos on Facebook and Twitter of people protesting every single day, basically.
Out on the streets.
Out on the street against the police, yeah. And they've been basically chanting to the police, choose your side.
So what, like anti-lockdown protest?
Well, more so to the anti-lockdown, but more so to the authority, because they're telling the police to choose their side. Are they on the side of the people, or on the other side? And these, one of the protests I saw, the police, there was just like a bundle of them, like maybe about 15 of them, and these protests were just standing in front of them, shouting at them, and they were just like, it seemed like they were baffled.
See, the thing with that, yeah, is like, I can understand what they're saying with the choose a side thing. Obviously, there are people that work too and things like, and them sort of things there, but it's either stand with the people, which is the moral thing to do, you know what I mean, or stand for the people that employ you, which is technically the government. You know what I mean? Like, that's a bit conflicting for them, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I was thinking that'd be a hard decision, and there will be some of these police officers that are like, do you know what? These people are right, man. I want to stand with them, but I stand with them, and that is me. That's my job done. That could be losing my house. That could be, that's it, family done. You know what I mean? Like, they want me gone, and like all them sort of things run through their head. It's very conflict. I believe that is such a hard decision, but unfortunately for the people, I think they're going to choose their job, aren't they?
More time than they're gonna
Especially
have to.
this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Huh? Yeah, mate.
I was just saying, especially in this climate, of course they're
Yeah,
going
man.
to choose
They're
their
gonna
job.
choose. They're gonna choose their job. They're gonna choose the people that employ them, which is gonna piss off the people, obviously. You know what I mean? But then obviously the people are just because they're being locked down and that, and they're out there protesting, which means irate feelings. Everything's a bit heightened. You know what I mean? Like they're not really thinking rationally. But I know half of them, if they were thinking rationally, they'd be like, do you know what? These people have to be out here and they got fam at home and we're screaming in their face. I need to go in my house when I watch telly. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And you got,
It's just,
you
I
got to
think
remember,
it's a
man.
bunch of people that are just thinking irrationally right now.
You got to remember, obviously, people are upset now, and you're always going to have a couple of extremists, and they're going to go and do something ridiculous to the officers, man. And it's going to be too late at that point. I don't know. Obviously, police are going to be.
All it takes is strong enough
police
voices, bro. Strong enough voices it can influence minds in that sort of heat, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And they've hit Liverpool. Liverpool's quite a I don't want to stereotype, but aren't they quite angry people?
Well, I don't
Not angry,
know. Like,
but bouncy.
I do know a couple Liverpudlian people, and one of them is I'm not gonna lie, he's not angry. He's just very energetic.
Energetic,
he's a very energetic guy.
Ready to go.
But I do know a couple of other Liverpudlians, and they're as calm as anything, bro. They don't even want the madness. They just rather sit back with a beer and watch daytime telly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Have a chat with their mates and things like that. They don't really want no passer. You know what I mean? Where my other mate, you know what I mean, who's an energetic Liverpudlian. Listen, don't let that dude drink that drink. The dude just next pints and just goes right
off.
and just he's mad energetic, like, you know what I mean? And I think, bruv, you know, you can only go, like, this is no offense to him at all, but you know, you can only go out with someone for an hour and it's like, right, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, cause he's that energetic, that loud, that constant, like, and I'm like, bruv, I just wanted to come out for a couple of juices, like, you know what I mean? A couple of games of pool. Bruv, you're talking about jumping in river in your underpants or boxers. No, I'm not down in it. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's been known for a bit of a rowdy place because I've known people, and when I say people, more so guys who are out, you know, outsiders from Liverpool will go there, and then the minute that they hear that they're an outsider, like they want to start trouble with them.
Oh, is it?
So, yeah, like, and when I say an outsider,
friendly.
like London, the Northerners are friendly people. We are friendly people, but I know Liverpool, a lot of people out, and I'm talking outsiders, have had problems in Liverpool.
Okay.
More so in that kind of scene though, like the night scene.
Night scene, nightclubs and the clubbing scene now. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, in Liverpool, they're looking to do a mass vaccination on certain parts as well.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that first?
Mass vaccination?
Yeah.
Or testing?
Testing, sorry.
Mass testing.
Yeah, testing, sorry.
Okay. I mean, I'm like, what?
You got a shock a bit right there. That was a bit.
Yeah, he's on.
I
was reading something else.
I mean, do you know what? In my opinion, when I've heard it, I'm like, but that's what they should have been doing in the first place, not just in Liverpool, everywhere. They should have been doing mass testing. How else are they going to know who's got what and, you know, where to kind of put up the barriers to, what is it? You know what I mean? Like to control the areas of where people, you know, it's high, where it's not, the asthmatic people.
See where
anyway.
target areas are and like hotspots are and stuff like that. And as you said, like find out who is asymptomatic, who does get really bad symptoms. And I do think though, like it will be a good thing if it's done properly. As we know, they don't do things properly, innit? You know what I mean? So if it's done properly, the numbers don't get lost, or they don't try and double up numbers for no goddamn reason. Someone didn't have a car accident and they're saying it's because of COVID, like, or anything stupid like that. As long as the numbers are counted properly, everything's done properly, like, and above board, and then I can only say it's a good thing, really. And it's something that should have been happening a long ass time ago.
Okay. I mean, I would probably suggest the reason why it wasn't happening a long ass time ago is because they actually haven't got the right testing equipment to do it with. And
Yeah, I do
even
agree
Yeah,
with that.
most likely.
I do agree
even
with
this
that.
testing
Yeah.
I do agree with
equipment
that.
that they're using at the moment,
Or if we
um,
did,
they they
we didn't have enough of it.
they said that this testing kit they're using at the moment tests at a higher cycle rate,
Yeah.
and can test anything as COVID-19. COVID-19 is tested at like a 35 cycle rate, and these tests test up to 45 cycle rates. So anything that hits
Okay.
45 is classed as COVID-19, and so that means
Yeah.
other influenzas, other strains of viruses, other bacteria in your system, that will all count as COVID-19.
COVID.
So
Yeah.
what they need to do is get a proper testing kit and then go ham. But
But didn't they have something where it was to do with antibodies? So obviously there's certain antibodies that are different to normal ones, isn't it? Like, and obviously, like if it's been affected with COVID, it would be different to a normal antibody. So like, why aren't they doing? Why aren't they like beefing that up or something? Maybe.
yeah, I don't know. And
Mm.
and
You know what
the
I mean?
other thing I
So
saw,
there'll be a definite sort of, there's a definition there of what it would look like. You know what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Where if it's just you're looking at numbers though, I don't know.
You know, the problem with the antibody thing is that at the moment they're not even sure. Like, apparently you can get it twice. So whether or not you've got antibodies or not means nothing, because if the strain mutates, you can still get it, or you can still get a
Okay.
different strain of it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's difficult to.
No, I just thought that maybe they could beef something like that up. I just thought maybe because there is an actual definition. There's something there you can actually look for. Where if you're just going at numbers, you know what I mean, that means there are other viruses that you can get that mostly hit that magic number 45. You know what I mean? So if it's hitting 45, they might associate something else that's not COVID with COVID.
yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
You know what
maybe
I'm saying?
so.
So I'm just thinking maybe they might need to find another way where there's something definite where they can look for. It's like, right, we know that's what it is and that's what we've got to look for. You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. And also, is it going to be still as maybe what I would class as harsh with their testing, like not trying to tickle your brain? Because at the present moment, we know, yeah, they try and shove it down your throat and they try and tickle your brain when they're testing you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but do you know what? It's uncomfortable, but I think some people are slightly exaggerating it.
I don't know. I don't know. I just thought because from what I've seen, it looks harsh. You know what I mean?
From what I've seen,
I've seen it go up the nose and it looks harsh, man.
It is. It goes up your nose, but it's a bit uncomfortable. I think maybe at first, maybe when they was doing it at the very beginning stages, they was probably going a bit further up than like necessary. And obviously, as things go by, and
some people were saying they were feeling stuff all up in their head top. Like I'm like, wow, that's mad. They don't need to go that high up, do they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not the case. And then at that, a lot of places, well, not a lot of places, but some places you have to do it yourself anyway.
Oh, okay.
They're not doing it for you.
Yeah,
man.
Okay.
That's
I just thought I'd
mad.
ask, innit? I just thought I'd ask. That's all.
That's all mad, man. So, lockdown. Lockdown 1 versus lockdown 2. As you're talking about the strain, I was listening to a doctor who was basically talking about viruses, and just generally in life, if you think about it, it's very logical, innit? When something starts, it's always going to be at its most powerful and strongest point. And once it goes through, it gets diluted. So it's always going to be weaker on the other end.
It's going to get weaker and weaker.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? If it, as this, again though, that's if it's going by that, I believe, that natural order, innit?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? That natural occurring order. Then obviously we should see a dramatic drop. But then I see it as they've said that it's stable, but cases are still rising.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying at the moment, innit? So
on cases still rising, I mean, realistically, that's obvious because you've had people who have tried to shield themselves from it. Now they're going to have to catch it anyway, aren't they? in certain times. But would you say the second lockdown is a better way than what they've done the first time?
Don't know yet.
No,
I don't think so.
no, but it's not. It's definitely not, because there's still a lot of places still open. Like schools are still open.
University's still open. Yeah.
You've still got all these retail shops.
2-minute warning.
Still
2-minute warning. Sorry, Renee. 2-minute warning.
Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, there's still a lot of things still open for people to be out and about on the streets.
Yeah.
And mixing with each other.
Yeah. Very true.
So I don't know what difference they're expecting to see in 4 weeks' time.
I don't think, like, again, as I said, I do believe that I don't think it will be extended. Well, if it happens, I'll be surprised if it gets extended. I think they're going to need to make money over the month of December, where they know for a fact, like, Christmas is coming, and they know Christmas is a very, very important time of year. It's the most heavily spent time of year where people are spending money.
But so is Black Friday.
Yeah.
The amount of money that people make on Black Friday, and the non-essentials are going to be closed. That's a whole chunk of money lost already.
Yeah, but I just think I think they'd rather sacrifice Black Friday than Christmas. That's what I think. So they sacrifice Black Friday because they know people can go online and sit at home and spend money. But Christmas, they want people out. I don't know why. That could be completely wrong. They could extend it on the 1st of December and say, right, no one can go out.
Yeah.
But I just think that maybe they'll try and let people go out and spend money. You know what I mean? Because it's that time of season, isn't it? So maybe. Anyway, I'm not saying this.
Yeah.
And what about all these restrictions of having people in your houses and that? Do you think that's going to affect Christmas a lot?
For some people. I believe for some families. For some old people, I reckon.
People are not going to abide by it, I think.
They're going to let people out over Christmas. When is Black Friday?
The last...
7th, Friday, the last Friday of the month.
Of
Friday
November.
27th. My nephew's birthday, isn't it? So, yeah, Friday the 27th.
What, of November, yeah?
Well, this year is the 27th.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, people are not gonna. I don't think people are gonna abide by it. People are gonna do whatever the hell they want and be with their family at Christmas. I think.
could definitely see that happening. It's just if they say, as I said before, innit, if they go ahead with what they say, talking about getting police and all these COVID marshal or whoever it is to go knock on people's door during Christmas to go and check numbers in people's house. Listen, there's going to be some madness at people's door, you know.
Well, they're
People
going to have to put...
not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, but you know what? I think some police officers don't want to be working on Christmas as it is. Like, they want to be with their own families. So, you know...
Which is good. They're going to be in an arsey mood then, aren't they? Some of them are going to be in arsey moods.
It could be. It's 50-50. They can either be in an arsey mood or they can be in the mood as like, it's Christmas. F that, I'm not going to bother anybody.
Let me just do what I'm doing and get home. Let me do what I'm doing and get yard, innit? No, I hear that. And it's true. It could be 50-50 for real.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Jay?
So, what I'm saying about... What am I saying about what?
Christmas.
Say it. Oh.
So what is your opinion? Obviously, do you think people are going to be listening over lockdown during that? During this Christmas time, people are going to be going to people's yards regardless? Like,
so I was going to say, so if you believe that's the case, that there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be going against government guidelines, do you think that will push the government to start strictening their enforcement?
Who? It's Christmas bloody day. They're all going to be with their bloody families. I mean, if you mean it in the long run, whereas that, okay, nobody's following the rules on Christmas Day. Okay, Boxing Day onwards, we're going to put in all these restrictions. But what, I don't know.
I mean,
Oh yeah, but it's New Year's Eve is the next thing, isn't it?
And for
That's gonna be
what
difficult. I don't care. As you said, that's gonna be techie, mate. That's gonna be techie, bro.
It's gonna be techie, but you know what? A lot of people have exchanged the whole going out for staying at home anyway, and that's been going on for years.
Yeah, there is a lot of Zoom parties and all these things going on at the moment as well. There's a lot of these Zoom parties and DJs going on live streams and doing their live streams and that. So there are still people out there trying to entertain the people, trying to make their money, and you know what I mean? So there is still that. I just reckon there are some people that miss going out.
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, over the period of Christmas, I don't actually mean only Christmas Day, but they've done this lockdown till the 2nd of November, yeah? Now,
December.
Everyone's in their mind is 2nd of November, we're out. I've got
December.
3 weeks, or we got 2.5 weeks to do
December.
Christmas shopping, innit? So, everyone's going to be going mad in them 2.5 weeks. Now, any regulations of mixing, of doing this or being out certain times, if that goes down, yeah, and people people have been locked down again for certain things, or certain shops only selling essential goods, is that going to cause conflict? Is that going to cause the government to have to then see that, right, these people are running about for 2.5 weeks over Christmas, then they got Christmas and New Year's where everyone's partying and literally,
yeah, but they got to see
that's
their fault. That's their fault.
Well, of course, it'll be their fault. But
they're the one that's locked us down until then.
People have got more savvy now. So some people shop months and months before for Christmas presents. They don't wait until December. And especially Black Friday, probably the online sales are going to be like, zoom, because everyone's going to be doing it online.
Not only that, you gotta remember it's gonna take fucking time to get to you. It's gonna delivery time will be about 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
3 months.
It's gonna be mad. Yeah, maybe even that. Yeah, 3 months, bro.
You see it after the lockdown.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
People are getting presents late this year, but as I said, it's a write-off, mate. It's a write-off. Just get your presents early. Get them to give them to you early, man.
Also, quickly, I saw this thing. I've got this article, or it's not an article, it's like the fuck is it? I don't even know what it is. It's like a letter. And it's basically talking about, you know what, I'm not even going to go into that because I don't even know too much about it. But the other thing I was going to talk about was this. Have you heard about anything with the prosecution of British MPs?
The what?
Prosecution of British MPs.
Regarding what?
Prosecution.
What they've been prosecuted for?
For the certain, I suppose, inhumane restrictions they've put down, I guess.
So
I've not heard anything.
I ain't really heard much really regarding that. Maybe that's something they might be keeping quiet, or it's just something that's not getting into the news right now. You know.
So
what I mean?
I've got this post here, which I'll just quickly read out. This says, as Parliament approves Boris Johnson's proposal to put England back into full lockdown for a month on the eve of 5th of November, Michael O'Bernicott returns with the latest news on the private criminal prosecutions that he and a legal team are bringing via the common law system. There is a chance, he says, that all MPs who have voted for the extension will find themselves under house arrest or charge of fraud, treason and genocide. So I was watching another thing in the House of Parliament, and it's an MP called Charles Walker. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
No.
I can't remember what party, but I've heard of him.
So he's basically stood up, and he's just addressed them as well and said that he is not consenting to all these unjustified restrictions and regulations. He basically called them all out on it. And there's a few other MPs that were standing up with him as well.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. There was another thing about another group of people who were looking to take these people to court, but there is a lot of pushback now on this coronavirus hysteria, hysteria even.
I think the way the government has been during this coronavirus, during the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean, has kind of opened a lot of people's eyes, isn't it, to how they should be working but are not. You get what I mean?
Mm.
Like, there's a lot of things they should be doing. There's a lot of things they should have done. You know what I mean? Again, i.e. like mass testing, they should have done that time ago. That's something that was a given. They should have done that long time ago, regardless. But they didn't do that. They're waiting until now. Like, we've been going through this thing since what, March? You know what I mean? And they're trying to do stuff that they should have done basically way back then, now. You know what I mean? Other things and all these restrictions that they're putting in. You know what I mean? It's making people go like, what do you actually do when you're actually there? You know what I mean? Like, you're just throwing things out willy-nilly when you feel like it. It's not like you're trying to ease them in or trying to let the people know what the deal is, why you're bringing them in, or anything. You're just throwing this out saying, oh, this is to help the people. This is to help the NHS. We're doing this. Like, you know what I mean? And obviously it frustrates and confuses the people. You know what I mean? But in that all that confusion, they're seeing how the government are lax and how they're not working as they should be. You know what I mean? So when they're starting to pull out this lockdown now, when they're starting to open their mouth now, as Renee said, no one's going to really listen. No one's really listening. You know what I mean?
No.
Again, I just think they're trying to help themselves.
Yeah, of
They're
course.
trying to
I
help
mean,
themselves.
anyone with power is always going to be about themselves, isn't it? But there's always going to be certain people that are going to get thrown on the bus, and then there's always going to be the others that are going to see, oh shit, that many people thrown under the bus. I don't want to get thrown under the bus. So at that point, when pressure is enough, things will happen, isn't it? Pressure is very key in situations, man. Once there's enough pressure, then shit unlocks, man. Shit unlocks.
Yeah, shit cracks, bro. Like, yeah, under enough pressure, shit can crack. You know what I mean? Like, I hear that. I fully do hear that. You know what I mean? Just when it cracks, I think there's going to be a dirty spill, mate. And the spill's not going to help anyone. Trust me on that.
Yeah, I hear that. So, I mean, guys, have you got your Christmas shopping? That's the main thing, isn't it?
Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Told you it's a write-off, man. It's a write-off. I've already spoke to people, man. I know what time. They already know what time it is.
Okay.
I don't even think people are going to be that bothered about Christmas presents this year as well. Not at all. Just more to be just with the family.
As I said,
be with the family.
Yeah, that's going to be presents for people. Because other than that, this year's a write-off. Everyone's already trying to think 2021, mate. Right, this is what we need to do for next year. This is what we need to do. We need to do this for next year, that for next year. Like, where yet this year, even though this year's been a write-off, it ain't finished yet. I still reckon there's some shit to come yet. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see what happens at the end of November, isn't it?
Yeah, for real.
Another last quick question, yeah?
Yeah.
Why was it that they came out to us and they said to us, right, we're going to go back into lockdown and we're going to give you, and the lockdown is going to be 28 days. And then the statement that came up after that was, we're going to give you furlough all the way up until spring. Why did they give two messages?
Because they know something else is going to happen, or they're not expecting this bloody 4-week thing to be 4 weeks. There's something else in it, because how are they going from furlough ends at the end of October to, oh, actually, we can give it to you in December. Oh, wait a minute, we can give it you until March 2021.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
March. See, when they come out with, we're going to extend furlough until March 2021. When I heard that, this is what makes me think, listen, you're going to have to let the people out and spend money because you need to fund furlough. You can't listen. I don't think the fines and that are coming in quick enough. I don't think they're coming in quick enough. That money's not coming in quick enough for them, innit? Operation Recoup is not coming in as quickly as they want it to. So they need a quick burst of cash. Christmas. You know what I mean? Let's bump the economy up a little bit by letting them out during Christmas. As you said, let them go absolutely nuts like headless chickens for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Let them have their little time with their family and that. And then when New Year hits, bow, straight back into lockdown.
Okay, so right, the second question of that, would be, so why do they even tell us that furlough is until spring? Why do they say you're going on lockdown and you'll get furloughed? Why are they giving us a time period? 2 different time periods.
See, that's something. See, to me, that's like everyone will have an opinion, but I believe that's only something they can actually tell you. They know the real answer to that. We don't. We've got a bag of theories to that answer, but we don't know that real answer.
Yeah, but the thing is, we always knew, or we've always been told that, you know, it's not going to end this year. It's definitely going to go into next year. To what extent, we don't know. But obviously, we've got a little inkling now as to what kind of extent it could be.
Yeah, and at the present moment, it's going into March next year.
March,
but if they've extended it like that, I reckon it's getting extended again until, I reckon it's going to be extended again until October of next year.
But
so
it
they
don't
can
make
fling
no
out
sense.
another 4, because they can fling out a 4-week lockdown when they feel like it.
Because they're going on like they can't afford to do it, you know, under no circumstances they're going to be extended, and then out of the bloody blue, oh yeah, we can do it. Oh, actually, you know, we think it's the right decision. Got money laying about there to be able to do it, and if they've got that money to do it, they should be doing more for us.
There you go. Again, that drops back to the word lax, lazy. You know what I mean? Complacency. You know what I mean? Right. It all goes back to them sort of words again. Them just not being bothered. You know what I mean? Moving at a snail's pace. You know what I mean? We've got other countries right now. Again, they're moving at rapid paces now. They're starting to get certain results, and they're starting to move at a decent pace for their country now. We're still moving at a snail's pace, and the other countries looking at us going, "Bro, what are you doing?" There are countries out there going, "What is Britain doing?" Like, they should have dealt with that long time. How comes we've dealt with that before they have?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Problem after problem.
Remember, we're classed as a superpower on the world. I know we blatantly ain't, but some people still try and class us as a superpower. If we're one of the superpowers of the world, why ain't we sorted it out yet? I'll tell you why, because we're a tiny island, we ain't no superpower. We're a tiny island with too many people on it.
Yeah, mate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Don't
get me wrong. I'm not for all of these mad for certain conspiracies that are out there. I do say though, there is a bag of people on the planet, mate, and that's why the island's sinking, innit? That's why we're sinking. You know what I mean? There's a bag of people on our island, and I believe that they've got plans for that. That's just something. That's just a little thing, a little out there thought that I have. Maybe they got plans for that.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't know. It's just a thought that I've got in my head.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see.
Yeah, no. We'll see. As I said, it's just a thought. Like I could be just going way out there. It could mean absolutely nothing. But it's just something that's in my head, mate. You know what I mean? It's been in my head for a bit.
Yeah. Right. Okay. We'll wrap it right there. Wrap it like a Christmas present.
Oh no.
In this year.
People, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff.
Help yourselves, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Press this button here right now. Jeez.
Yo, press this big red button.
Press this button. Here.
Yeah, but here.
Button. Red one.